Coming to you from the Deep South, this is the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast. High-impact leadership is not reserved for leaders, and it has nothing to do with your position, title, or rank. However, it does have everything to do with your character. It's time to climb to the next level and beyond, personally and professionally. Now, let's start making it happen with your host, Mac Story.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast today. Rhea and I are having an amazing week out here in San Diego, California with the U.S. Navy, conducting 10 half-day workshops. And today we did 2 workshops on my book, 10 Foundational Elements of Intentional Transformation, How to Become Your Best Self. And I share a lot of my personal stories in that book, but I wrote it. It's basically the 10 Foundational Elements of Intentional Transformation is a how-to roadmap, really how to think your way intentionally through transformation. Transformation doesn't just happen. We must make it happen. So the principles I share throughout this book are principles I personally applied to transform myself. After achieving success and accomplishing the mission up to that point, anyway, not forever. I always say we're all under construction, so we're never going to get there. But after achieving a certain level of success, I reflected on how it happened. And so the answers I discovered are what I share on the pages in that book. But today there was a pretty powerful couple of sessions because I started off telling everyone in the room that, hey, this stuff's all about personal leadership. It's about looking in the mirror and really looking in the mirror, looking around and under and over the blind spot that we usually place in front of ourselves, or it actually kind of automatically appears and we can't see the truth. So I want to just share a few things with you about that book. It was a privilege. It's one of my favorite books to speak on. Unfortunately, a lot of organizations don't want us to speak on that book to their people because this book is all about helping people unleash their potential, following their passion, following their passion to find their purpose. What I always say is your future begins with your values, which fuel your thoughts, which produce your feelings, which influence your choices, which are really your actions, which lead to your results, which determine your circumstances. So to kind of shorten that up, basically what that means is our values determine our circumstances. So if we want to change our circumstances, ultimately we have to change our values. The greater we change our values, the greater our circumstances will change. So basically, simple version is your values lead to your thoughts, which lead to your feelings, which lead to your choices, which lead to your results, which lead to your circumstances. Stephen Covey says, every time you open your mouth, you create culture. And the reason I throw that in there because when we're talking about values, that's what creates culture in our organization, in our family, in our community, in a church, anywhere there's a group of people. The culture is actually the cumulative values of all the people that make up the culture. A lot of companies, people want to change and improve the culture. They should want to. But what that means is people have to change their values. So that's what this book is really about, is helping people really look in the mirror and figure out who am I, where am I, who do I want to be, and where do I want to go. Everything's based on values. And just to give you a rundown of some of the content or the layers, the foundational elements. The first one is thought. And thought is the foundation of choice. What we think determines what we're going to do. And then here in this book, there's endless numbers of choices that we can make. But this book is about transformation. So the choice that I'm going to lead or mention here is the choice you have to make is choose to have a vision. So choice becomes the foundation of vision. One of the choices. And if you can't develop your own vision, you need to borrow it from someone else. Talk with other people. Let them motivate and inspire you with what's possible. And once you begin to believe it's possible, that becomes your vision. So then vision is the foundation of hope. When you have a vision that your life can be better, work can be better, home can be better, whatever it is in life you want to be better. And again, remember, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. But Michael Josephson said it this way: you don't have to be sick to get better. So this book is about helping people who want to get better. Don't mean they're sick. Don't mean there's anything wrong with them. It just means they simply want to get better. So vision is the foundation for hope. Because when we can see further into the future, we can have hope that that future can actually become our reality. So then hope becomes the foundation for sacrifice. That hope is going to cause us to give up things in order to turn that vision into our reality. For me, I quit drinking alcohol in 2012. I quit using profanity. I became a Christian in 2012. A lot of that was 4 years of me reading leadership books, and my values slowly started to change. And then in 2012, a lot of things changed. I really became intentional, looking in my mirror, figuring out what I have to do, and realizing I want to go out and help the blue-collar workforce and help people have better lives personally and professionally. So I had to give up a lot of stuff, and I really give it up for all the people I'm going to help. I kind of like being the person I used to be, but it was not going to serve me well, so I shifted my values. So having that hope, the hope that I could actually become a leadership development speaker and trainer and author, and now doing podcasts and actually motivate and inspire people. The hope that I could actually do it. First I had to see that I could do it. Then I had to have hope that it really, that vision created hope that it really could happen, which caused me to now be able to make the necessary sacrifices. But sacrifice alone is not going to get you there. Sacrifice is the foundation of discipline. Now that I've sacrificed something, like when I give up drinking alcohol, for me, I'm not judging you or anyone else. I may not even know you, right? I'm just using my own stories. But when I gave up alcohol, I got back money and time. That's what's a sacrifice. Giving that stuff up, I got some of my resources back, money and time. But that wasn't going to get me where I wanted to go. Now I had to have the discipline. I started investing. I bought more books. I started reading those books. I started going to seminars and investing my time and my money to travel to seminars all over the place. So giving up stuff created space and created resources, but then I had to leverage that with discipline. So once you have the discipline to move yourself to the next level and do the things you need to do, discipline is the foundation of growth. That discipline's going to convert your actions into growth. Again, that's based on your vision down at the lower levels. So that growth actually becomes the foundation of positive change. Because in this book, I'm walking you through these 10 layers of transformation. Everything's based down at the bottom, from your values, through your thoughts, your choices, your vision. So if you're doing all this for that vision, the change is going to be positive. So sacrifice plus discipline actually equals growth, which leads to positive change. So the positive change becomes the foundation of success. Abraham Maslow said it this way: when we are faced with change, we either step forward into growth or we step backward into safety. So this positive change is going to move you forward into growth. You have to become uncomfortable, and you have to be on a mission. So success is about me. If I've got well-defined character, then I'm becoming successful based on good relationships I have with other people. If I'm a leader, it's because I'm a high-impact leader of people. We have great relationships. They value and respect me. I value and respect them. I help our organization become successful. I become successful. But it's still really all about me. So then that success becomes the foundation of significance. When we start talking about significance, we move from me to we. So only successful people can choose to become significant. So the byproduct of growth and development is belief and confidence. And the byproduct of belief and confidence is success. And then choosing to help other people become successful is significance. Significance starts with you, but it's not about you. And then ultimately, significance is the foundation of legacy. Who you truly are, how many people you help in your life, is going to determine what you leave behind. Not for others, but in others. So that's just kind of an overview of the 10 foundational elements of intentional transformation, how to become your best self. And that book is set up, it's 10 sections, 3 chapters per section, so there's 30 chapters. The first 2 chapters in each section is kind of me teaching in depth about whatever that foundational layer is. And then the 3rd chapter in each section is me sharing some of my personal stories, some of the most impactful things that I actually transformed about myself. Because if you want a better life at home or at work in general, if you think about it, all of us are going after it every day, and our whole goal ultimately is to be happy. So the way we become happy all the time is to focus on our character development and focus on aligning ourselves with our passion and purpose. So I hope you enjoyed this little overview. This book is an audio book, ebook, paperback book. If you want to dive in deep, it takes about 12 hours to teach everything that's in that little 90-page book. But you don't have to wait. Jump off the log and make it happen. Talk to you next time.
Make it happen or someone else will. It might as well be you. Are you serious about taking your career and your life to the next level and beyond? Check out Mac Story's Blue Collar Leadership series books and others, now available on audio, along with paperback and ebooks at Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. Please visit bluecollarleadership.com to learn about Mac's books, programs, special offers, certifications, and more. Thank you for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast.